Okay, so hi, I'm back. I'm Kevin. It's been a super long time since I played this last. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess maybe 3 months since I last recorded an episode, and that episode would have been number 5. The way this is released, you're probably gonna see this like soon after episode 5 because I don't know. I sort of got sidetracked and couldn't release a bunch of episodes because of school. I know I use that as an excuse a lot, but hey, I'm done. I'm finally done school. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you a rundown of what's going on in my life as soon as I figure out this puzzle, because I remember getting stuck here and I wasn't sure what to do. So, I got the breath thing, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to get those sewer things activated to blow on that thing. Hit these buttons somehow. Okay, so that's how I do the smash. So that, I guess just hit all the buttons? I don't know. Missed it? Okay. Yeah, so anyway, how have you guys been? Because I know, even though it's been a long time since I did the last Let's Play video, it's still been a little bit of time since I did the last big video. I think it was my big, okay, you know what my last video is. It was the big live action thing, and I think if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So thoughts? What are your opinions on it? It's not working. Yeah, honestly, what did you guys think of that video? Because basically, it started out as what am I supposed to do here? It started out as a big joke. It was gonna be a joke video because it started out as a bit in my Truth or Square review. It was honestly, I thought it would be pretty funny to talk about Spongebob erotica because I know it exists. And when I started reading it, I was kind of thinking man, wouldn't it be funny to do a full video on this? And I couldn't stop thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I just wanted to do a video like that, so I slowly, planned how I was going to do... Okay, I can't get up there. I slowly planned how I was going to do the video, and it sort of just came to fruition eventually because I got my friends on board. They were super helpful. They kind of made it work because I don't know if I could film that thing on my own, but yeah, so that was fun. I mean, if you don't want to see more stuff like that, then that's fine. I get it. I really get it. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people kind of liked it. So, yeah, just let me know what you think. And if not, do you just want to see me do more live action stuff in general? Because I know I don't do that a whole lot. I mostly just stick to hiding behind my cartoon face, because that's what I do. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of just sitting in front of a camera because everyone does that. It's not that it's it doesn't work, because it clearly works. It's just that everyone does it, and I only did it for the last video because, I mean, that's the only way you can really do that type of video, right? No one wants to listen to me just straight up reading. Am I just supposed to hit it? Is it really? I'm just supposed to hit it again? Okay, that was not the greatest thing. But yeah. I like how it turned out. I thought it was fun doing a live action thing. Because you can do a lot more visual comedy as opposed to having to draw stuff all the time, because obviously comics have lots of slapstick humor and stuff like that, but it's not the same as actually doing the real thing, which is why I had a lot of fun doing the erotica video. Yeah, so now that I've finished up this puzzle, let's give a bit of a rundown of what's going on in my life right now. So, I'm done school. I'm done second year. I'm completely done. But I am going back for a summer course because I'm going to be taking just a stats course, because I don't want to have to deal with that in a harder semester because, I mean, I'm going to run into those. My next semester in school is probably going to be my hardest one because I have to take 6 courses, and up to this point I've only been taking 5. And it also has some of my my hardest courses in the entire degree. So I got to worry about that. But even bigger news is I'm actually moving out of my parents' house. I've lived with my parents for my entire life because I mean, they're fine with me living here, and I live in the same town as where I go to school, so it made sense to stay at home and just commute. But now that I'm going to be going on a co-op term, I'm going to be working full time, it makes sense to move out. I'm moving out with a couple of friends in my program, and we all work in the same part of town. So what that means is I'm not going to be all my time isn't going to be taken up by school. It means I don't really have assignments. I mostly have just tests to study for because I have that one course I'm taking, but for the most part, I'm just going to be busy in the day. I'm going to be working, just probably sitting at a computer, programming a lot of stuff. But it's actually going to be really exciting because I have more free time. I can come home and be I can just not concern myself with school. And for the past, like, couple months, that's sort of been all I thought about. Like, I haven't been thinking about, like, new videos in months. Like, I had, when the Monsters, Inc. video was being made and the erotica video, I had another video, like, in the works at the same time. I was working basically on 3 things at once. The third thing, it's still gonna come out at some point. I still think it's pretty solid. It's just been a while since I worked on it, so it's like, it's taking a little bit of time for me to be like, man, this material was actually good, because it's weird going back to stuff you recorded months ago and being like, I don't remember recording this. Because you sort of lose motivation in wanting to make it, which, I don't know. I think it's like a lot of solid material, so it will just take some time for me to get back into like, the routine of like drawing and editing. It was also like a weird experience editing something that wasn't like all game footage, because I'm used to being able to just throw in filler footage at any time. And it's easy to just say, okay, I'm talking about nothing specific. I could just like put me running around a level. So it's weird having to rely on footage of you doing like the exact things you like did, because it's just footage of me sitting in a chair reading. So it was an interesting challenge, and I'm actually really proud of how some of the scenes turned out. I think my favorite bit about the entire video was the Cataluna like X-Files part. That is like, I find that hilarious every time I watch it, and I think it just turned out really well. So I think I have to save this guy from a train. I think that's like a running thing in this this level. Just Patrick's a superhero doing superhero things. I really don't know like what. I'm not really paying attention to the overall details of this. I'm just sort of doing it because yeah, one of my biggest complaints about this game so far was that it's kind of repetitive. It just goes on for a bit too long for my liking. I had a big conversation with someone in the comments who actually really liked this game and liked it more than Battle for Bikini Bottom. And it was actually interesting to see like his opinion, and sorry I don't know your name, by the way, but it's been a while since I read that conversation, but it was interesting to see his thoughts on it and why he liked it. Because I have only played like the first 2 levels, and I know there's like about 8 or so. And someone also mentioned those gooey things up there. I don't actually have to collect them to beat the game, but they recommend doing it, so I guess I'll keep my eye out for that. Little dogs. Okay, these are cardboard. Okay, I guess just avoid them. What games have you guys been playing recently? Because I'd like to hear if you have any recommendations. I didn't get a whole lot of time to play games recently, like, just with school. I was mostly playing Shadow of Mordor, which is a really cool game. It's basically just like Assassin's Creed for Lord of the Rings. Except I was really excited for it when I bought it, like I got it for $20, and then I realized I bought the PS3 version, and I forgot that game came out on like PS4. So it looked pretty bad on the PS3. Like, there are texture pops everywhere. It looked like a kind of a mess. But once I started playing it enough, it was actually like a lot of fun. Like, I really liked that game. I just like being able to run around a map, have the freedom to just go where you want. That's why I really like sandbox games, and I really like platformers where you just have an open world. Which is a lot of the reasons I like more of the open world platforming games. I think I just repeated myself. Okay. Let me rephrase that. I kind of grew up on like the big 2D Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country games, and I always found this a bit hard because if you got stuck in a level, you just had to do that level. And I always liked the games where it was like, if you can't beat a challenge, just go do a different one. And that's one of the reasons I really like latched on to these Spongebob games, which let you do that. This one's sort of taking the different approach. It's not really that hard. It's more just like you have a bunch of things to do and you're slowly working your way through a level. Can I move this? Yes, I can. Yeah, so anyway, back on the topic of my schedule. So I'm going to be working at, like, I'm going to have a bit more privacy at home, where I'm living. Well, actually, it's going to be maybe a bit harder to record, now that, like, I'm living with 2 people who aren't used to me recording. So I'm probably just going to commute home, like, when I need to record something and just record in like my room, because I still live like within the same city as where my parents live. It's just like a couple bus rides away, and I always like the privacy of being able to record on my own, because I sometimes get really loud. Like, you've heard my stuff. There are some things, like the erotica video is not the kind of thing you want to film in a house where there are other tenants living who aren't like helping you make the video, which is why I wouldn't really make that kind of video outside the privacy of my own home. It's kind of not the video you want other people seeing you make. I actually had a few people on Facebook find out I made that video, and that kind of blew up very briefly, so they kind of know me as like the guy who made that one video, and that's kind of a weird reputation to have, but I mean, I should have expected that. Like, I made the video. I have to live with the consequences of it. But I do think it's pretty clear, like, in the video that I'm not condoning it. Like, I'm not, man, I sure love SpongeBob fanfiction. No, I hate it. Like, I hate it a lot. Like, I'm really not a fan. I think it's... A lot of that stuff is, like, actually pretty messed up. Like, some people said some pretty uncomfortable things. Am I supposed to make this thing move? I don't know. Okay, so that thing sort of went up. Okay, that thing. I don't know how I can beat this, but that's not really... Oh, it did beat him, okay. Oh, maybe I can move these things. I think I have to do, like, the charge thing. Is that little gauge at the bottom right, like, my health or something? No, maybe those hearts are. I know I have to get up there. That looks like a thing. So I will go up on this. Also, on the topic of the live streams I said I'd do, I'm probably going to hold off on those for a little while because I haven't had time to, like, figure them out. And I would like to do them. A lot of you seemed like you were really into the idea, so that's cool. I just have to figure it out. I know YouTube seems like it has a pretty decent system, so I'm going to try that. I'm not really into Twitch. Like, I don't watch Twitch streams. I don't watch many streams, to be honest. Like, I only watch stuff if it's someone I know or, like, I need to be live. I don't like going back through, like, people's long archive streams because, I don't know, I just feel like I have other stuff to be doing. And speaking of which, I know I talked about the Witcher series of books a while back on, like, one of these older episodes, and I read a lot more of them, and oh my god, they're so good. Like, if you haven't read the Witcher series, you totally should get on that, because I'm reading, like, the prequel book. It's sort of like a short story compilation that talks about the, just like Geralt the Witcher's adventures. And the way the books are divided, like, they have a couple of short story books, and, like, then they have, like, a series of books that's more like a large continuous story. And I actually really like the large continuous story a bit more than the short stories, but, like, all of the writing in that series is great. So if you haven't read those before, I totally recommend them. I might take a bit of a break just to figure out what I'm doing here, because that happens a lot, so I'll be right back. Okay, I really need to, like, read the instructions more, because I probably missed it. It's just it flashed up super close on screen, and I didn't notice that it wanted me to move the crane. But now I have to get up on the crane, and I don't really know how to get up on that part. So maybe I'll move this one. So that one moved. Like, there's clearly a thing up there, but I don't know how to get on this crane exactly. Can I just... No, that didn't work. Like, I'm kind of stuck. I can't really jump on there. Like, there's clearly a way to get up there, but I don't know how, so... I'll just go over here next. I probably have to get there after. Maybe go up here. Okay, yeah. This makes a bit more sense. I haven't really checked out the store where these coins you're supposed to use are used. I know you can, like, use codes to unlock them, but I don't want to cheat. I'm not a cheater. Oh, maybe that will move the thing. I know you can get, like, concept art and stuff, but does anyone seriously look at concept art? Like, I know it's cool sometimes, but I'd rather just, like, get a book, and, like, buy a book that has it so I can look at it anytime instead of having to enter in the game and look through a slow-ass gallery. I actually saw, like, a really cool book that had a collection of The Last of Us. It's art, and that looked really cool because I think The Last of Us is a really cool-looking game. Can I... Okay. Yep, all worked out in the end. I also saw some, like, cool Final Fantasy ones, and I don't even, like, play Final Fantasy, but I just like the art in Final Fantasy. It's, like, it's really cool, it's stylized. And there's so many games where they can, like, do so many different things. They've done a lot of, like, different styles over the years, and I know some people don't like the direction the Final Fantasy series has gone in recent years, but I still think, like, they have really cool designs and really cool ideas. The execution maybe isn't the greatest. So I don't know how long these levels are. I know the first one was kind of, I did, like, a few races and some platforming segments. Actually, you know what this part reminds me of right here? It reminds me of, like, the construction site, level in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, because it had, like, these pipes. It reminds me of this kind of level. I should totally play that game some more sometime, because I played it for a while, but I couldn't beat it because it kind of got, like, tedious. It's more like a puzzle platformer than like an action platformer like this. It's more like you have to do a few small challenges to make items appear, and you need to get those items, and then each area has, like, one piece of the Flying Dutchman's treasure or something, and then in the end you have to, like, go face them. It's not a great game, but, like, it's fun. Like, it's a small, like... Can I beat this thing or blow it off? I think I have to do something with this. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think there's 5. I don't know if I'm supposed to be been looking out for those, but I mean, I got one. Yeah, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. It's like it's a fun game, but like I mentioned, it's really archaic. It's not super solidly designed in a lot of areas. Yeah. So by the way, I am working on a couple videos right now. So you probably, if you're watching this, you probably saw my subscriber special thing. So I did a bunch of previews for stuff I'm working on. One video that I didn't talk about in there because I hadn't thought of it yet, I'm making, and I'm actually kind of excited about it because it's going to be more casual, is mostly going to be me talking about like games that you could totally should play, because there's a lot of games I want to talk about on here, but like I'll never have the time to talk about every single one. So I'm going to make that video because, I don't know, it's just fun to talk about games that I like without going into like super fine detail like I usually do. Because going into like all that detail, it takes forever to write a good script. It also takes forever to like get the footage of every place in the game I want. So now I gotta figure out where I want to go. Like I assume because it brought me back, it kind of wanted me to do a thing. Oh, this is nice. Did they? Okay, that was actually pretty cool. They gave me a shortcut back. But I don't really know what it wants me to do here. Like, I got a thing. Probably should pay more attention to what it wants me to do. Might be back in a second. This happens a lot, sorry. Okay, that was weird. I kind of like went down a different hallway and some guys appeared. Even though I think I've been here, which is odd. So there's this gold coin up here that maybe I have to get. I don't know. I have no like good jumping ability. I can't like jump high. Because other than that, I don't know how I would get this. Is there like a bunch of platforms I missed? Ugh, this camera. Why can't you just let me look? Okay, stop moving. Okay, there's like a hook up there, but I don't know if I'm supposed to like get up there. Or is that a door? Look, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of stuff going on in here, and I don't know how to get up there, so I'm gonna keep looking. What? Like, I was just here, and like a new thing popped up. Oh, okay. I need to like pay attention more. I need to get his like outfit. So, I mean, didn't I get it, or does it want me to like return all of it to him?
This neighborhood needs to be cleaned up. These villains are giving it a bad name.
So do I? Oh, okay. I think I have to give him his costume, but does it have a list of like stuff I've gotten? I probably just wasn't paying attention and like I missed one here or there. Because I thought those characters were just saying nonsense like they usually do, but I might pay a bit more attention this time. Okay, did I go in like a different area? Okay, I don't know how. I honestly don't know how I ended up here because I think I went like the same way, but I'm in a new place, so that's a thing. I'm just checking the time on my recording. I might go for a little bit more because I don't want to make my recording corrupt like it usually does. But I think I'm maybe fighting a boss, or I need to like get more clothing or whatever. So we're gonna do that. Come on, Patrick, let's do this. Oh, okay, Jesus, he is big. But he's still not very tough, like the rest of the enemies. So, I mean, the enemies in this, like, there's no big strategy. You just kind of beat them. Got a button, so looks like I have to get up to that hair piece up there. So I'm just gonna hit a bunch of buttons. So these guys are kind of like the chain chomps in Mario, just attached to a button. You have to hit the thing to unlock them from their post. Okay. More enemies. Let's do this. Okay. He is not liking me, because he's gone. Just take care of these guys. Take down this wall. Will you stop? Like, I'm trying to hit these buttons. Oh, maybe that happens every time I beat the enemies? Maybe I should just let them... Maybe I'll just go after the buttons. Yeah, that's more efficient use of my time. Oh, I love how it's like a Spongebob colored. It's all yellow. I wonder how much those are worth. I haven't been keeping track of like the coin values in this. So stay away from that. Stay away from you. Ow. I'm getting hit. Oh, here's one. So I think that's most of them. I just need to figure out where I need to start. Looks like it's over here. Oh, I need to, like, break the enemies so they bring down the platforms and I can jump on their things. Okay, so it's like you have to hit all the buttons and bring all the stuff down. So that's cool. Yep, okay, so I just need to keep beating the enemies and hit any more buttons that are left. But I saw a thing. Where was it? Or, over here, rather. There's a wall. Let's just get it. I can't turn the camera around. See, there's a certain point where, like, if the camera is too close to a wall, it won't let you, turn it around. Which is not the greatest, because, like, sometimes you need to turn the camera around to see the enemies who are, like, in your way. And that's not great. Like, I wish games like this just had cameras that worked. Like, how hard is it to just focus on your camera? Because being able to see and being able to jump to the right platform is a big part of your game. And, like, you'd think that you'd want to have a lot of people working on that to get it right. Okay, so I just jump up and get the thing, and I think that's a good place to call this episode. So, I hope you guys liked this episode. I know it's been a long time. I'm really sorry about the big delays, but if you'll bear with me, this is kind of a transitional period in my life. Moving out, having to bring all my stuff to a different location, and getting used to my new job. That's going to be scary. Because it's going to be like my first real job. It's going to be like my first non-part-time working at a grocery store kind of job. So it's going to be scary, but it's probably going to be fun because I'm actually doing something that I really like. It's going to be like physics and optics, which is fun. So, yeah, that's super cool. And I guess, thank you for watching this episode. I'll be back like in some amount of time, so have a good day.